Hey crafters, it's your girl again with another video. Today's video we are going to be doing a review on a transfer paper, and that transfer paper it is HtvRont Lights Fabric Transfer Paper. So I decided, you know what, today I am going to be doing the review, so you guys check it out. Make sure you stay till the end so you can see the results of this, and we're going to talk about the cons, the pros that I can just see off of the bag. So we're going to talk about that and all that good stuff, but we're going to see the results. So I printed this already. So I printed this already on my with my HP inkjet printer. So you can use any inkjet printer as long as it's colored. I don't think there's any black and white printer. You guys let me know if you've seen any black and white inkjet printer, but you can use your inkjet printer to print it out, and you don't have to mirror this, because your girl was thinking I have to mirror this. I thought I was just going to put it on a design, like mirror it and flip it. So I did not flip this, so it is when I mean flip, mirror this. So I am gonna go ahead and cut this. I don't know what cut setting to use, but I am gonna be trying a glitter cut setting that I used to use for my transfer paper for no font. So I usually use glitter cut setting, so I'm gonna try that on this. Hopefully it cut real good, and we're about to do that right now. So look at the colors. First off, it is popping, it looks good, and we are gonna see how it's gonna look like on the shirt. So let's do it. So now I am ready to cut it. So I am gonna be using my glitter iron on cut setting to cut this, because that's what I been using when I was doing my no font transfer for black. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in, and I'm making sure this is the right placement on my Cricut software. So the placement is right. At first, without looking at it, I placed this all the way around, and I had to go look, and I was like, oh, I would have made a huge error. So you want to make sure you look at your Cricut design space to see how it is on there, how it is positioned, so you can make sure you position it exactly how it is on your Cricut. That's a big deal. So when I started, did not know all of that. I was just placing it however. I'm like, yeah, you should be able to read it. No, yep, it did not read it. It cut exactly how it's supposed to be. So it is assuming that it just assumes that you understand where to place the paper. So I'm gonna go ahead and run this through, fingers crossed. I'm hoping it cuts real good, because this is my first time using this, and I want to see how this is gonna play. Like, hopefully it works good. We're just gonna let Cricut do its thing. It's about to start cutting. Oh my gosh, I already see why I do not like transfers that I have to cut. We will see this together, so stay tuned. Do not go nowhere, because your girl is about to give you guys all of the things I have noticed, all of the things that I like and dislike about it. So we will all see it together. So let's get all right, guys, I gotta show you guys this here. This thing is literally cutting every little piece in this design, all the flowers individually, and not individually, but the middle part is cutting each of them, and it's also cutting. This is like a retro. This is a retro design whereby you have holes in each of the letters. Is literally cutting them individually, and I ain't got time for that. Let me bring you guys closer so y'all can see. You see what it's doing? It's cutting it individually. Each of the holes on each letter is cutting it. So for that reason, I'm gonna have to stop this and look for another way out, so that it don't cut all of this individually. I just need it to be like one whole piece. So that's what I'm looking for. So I will have to go back to the drawing board to figure out how to do this. So just stay tuned for me. All right, can you guys see this, the way it was cutting it? I wasn't feeling that at all. Can you guys see? Can you guys see? Like all these little dots. Remember the dots I showed you guys? It was literally cutting all of the dots. I told myself if I have to endure this before I get to this part here, I'll be done. So that's the reason why I decided, you know what, I'm done with that. So all right guys, so this is the design here, and I'm just going back and forth on how to get this design to not to cut individually. Can you guys see all the little dots that are supposed to you know, come through with holes, and it's supposed to take the color of the shirt. So I am trying to see what I can do. So I am going to see if I can get like a shape here. Let's get a rectangle and drag it here, and I'm gonna fit this. I want to put this behind. You guys understand what I'm trying to do right now? You know what, I'm holding this phone, my hands are already hurting me. I haven't even started yet. So I just clicked on this here so I can have control over the width and the height. So there we go. I'm gonna cover this up. I'm trying to see how I can get it so I don't have to cut everything. You know what, let me just take this to the back. There we go. So this may have to have a background behind, honey, because I am not gonna have this treat me like that. Have to like cut it individually. So I may have to I'm putting it on a sand color shirt, so I'm just gonna leave it on the black background, because that way I don't have to individually cut all of this piece. It's not gonna work for me. Oops, what am I doing? Alrighty. So here I'm going to go ahead and flatten this here. Click on flatten at the bottom here. So I want it to come as one piece, so it can cut like a square for me. I don't want it to go cut individually. Can you guys see the holes now? You see the holes turned into black because it is on a black background. So I am going to just leave this thing like this. I just want to be done with this crap. Oh man. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm not gonna save this because I'm not gonna save this work. I don't need it. After this I'm done. I don't like to cut nothing. So I'm gonna click on make here. I just hope it's going to fit 8 by 11 paper. There we go. I got the 8 by 11 showing up. So boom. So now I have this design here, and I am not gonna mirror this because we're peeling this out of the paper. So I'm gonna click on continue here, and I'm gonna send this to printer, and I am going to choose the printer that I want. Is my HP DexJet 27 series inkjet. So I'm gonna make sure I add the bleed, so that way it can cut without adding a white transfer, blah, blah, so that it cuts real crispy without adding the whites on the background on it. So I'm gonna click on print, and now it's printing. So now my cut settings I'm gonna use, I'm gonna just tell you guys right now, I'm gonna use the glitter iron-on because that's what I use for my new phone transfer paper for the dark. So I'm just gonna make sure I keep it that way. Hopefully it cut real good. So I'm gonna click on that. When it's done printing, it's going to cut it for me. And here is how it look like. This is just gonna work for me because your girl is not. One thing I'm not gonna do is to watch this, you know, cut individual holes for me and take my whole time. If I have a lot of orders, can you imagine going through that? Oops. So now I'm gonna place this the way it is on my software, if I can speak, this Cricut's Design Space. So let me check it out before I place it. All right, groovy mama. So it is placed on Cricut this way, so I'm just hoping this background I put behind can work for it. So we will see together. So it's ready for me. Let's come closer. Before I do that, let me use this to make sure it is rolled. It is adhering to the mats. Alrighty. Perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead. We are hoping that it just cut the box. So let's see this together. Excuse my mess. So oops. So the blinking lights is telling me it's ready to cut. So fingers crossed. Hopefully it cuts the box and not individual. It's reading it where the design starts and stops. Yes, it did that thing for me. Perfect. So it's ready. That's how I want it. Yes. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this off. Oh man, I'm like, you're gonna cut this individually? It's not gonna work for me, but this is just perfect. And I still have the holes that shows that it is retro, and yet that looks good. So I'm gonna be placing it on a shirt, and it's on a sand color shirt. All right, so I got a lot here going on. So this is the shirt again this is the shirt I'm going to be using. I told you guys already the color, my sand color shirt. If I had known, I should have gotten a black, but because I bought a light color, light transfer, that's the reason why I had to buy something light. So the heat press is going for 340 Fahrenheit and for 16 seconds. So they have an instruction at the back of here. So I am gonna go ahead and just prep this, pre-press and all of that good stuff, lint roll, pre-press, and get it ready for me. It came with parchment papers, so I am going to grab one of the parchment paper, which is what I have in my hand here, and I am going to go ahead and make sure I place the design where I want it to be, and use the parchment paper and put it on it. So of course you already know, for those of you that don't know, we are gonna peel this off just like no font transfer for dark. We're gonna peel this off. So the fact that it's one piece to peel off is something, it's better for me. Peel off was easy, I expect it to be, and I'm gonna bring you guys closer so y'all can see. So I'm gonna go ahead and place this on here. I kind of eyeball to know where I want to place it. Groovy mama. Put this down a little bit. My husband said he liked the design. By the way, I got the design from Creative Fabricator. So I have their 1-year subscription, and I love it. So far so good. If you're interested in the design, I can put a link so you guys can go check it out. So I'm just doing the 4-finger thing that I see people doing, but otherwise I'm gonna use this here to make sure. See, So I don't really trust the 4-finger thing. It's telling me I gotta move this down a little bit. Hey babe. That looks good, hopefully. And I'm going to use my Teflon sheet, and I'm gonna go ahead and press. It says for 16 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it says 10 to 15 seconds, but I put it for 16 seconds. And I'm going to press. All right, we're gonna wait 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is so pretty. Y'all see that? That's pretty. That is pretty. All right, I'm done. So guys, this is it. This is how it turned out. This is pretty, definitely pretty. The colors are popping. It looks so good, and of course you can hear the sound, and there's nothing wrong about that. And according to what it says, before you wash, you have to wait 48 hours, just like all the transfers will always tell you, 48 hours before you wash. And this came out good. I decided to use design that have different colors so we can see how beautiful the colors are, and the colors are beautiful, no doubt about it. So let's get into this. So just wanted to talk more about what I like about it. Of course, I like the colors looking good. It pops real good, no doubt about that. It just reminds me of No Font Transfer Black. But the thing I do not like about this HTV HtvRont, is it Ron they call it? Ront? The fact that I'll have to cut the image for a light, that's a problem for me. I do not like the fact that I'll have to cut an image. Let me show you this, why I said so. Some of my designs, I usually have like let me just show you this. I usually have kids' name on it, and something like this with stars, like this Grace's Corner. Can you see that? London's Corner. I can imagine all the stars. I'll have to cut it in. And let me tell you, when you cut little designs, it doesn't cut real good. And you can imagine how little those are. You have to pick it up and put it on the shirt, or you have to use a transfer. And I'm still trying to figure out how to get the best not transfer, like what do they call it, a transfer, like I can't remember the word for it. You use that to pick the design and place it on your shirt. I can't remember. You guys let me know in the comment section. And I'm still trying to figure out the right one to use for my No Font Transfer Black, and I am still looking. I haven't found one. I have used different I don't know what to call it. We're just gonna say transfer paper. Not a transfer paper, but a transfer whatever it is. I have used, and it always did not come out good. I think if I have to cut all of these designs, then that's a problem for me. I do not like to cut. If I can do everything, print it out and just press, that's what I am looking for. I'm not looking for something I have to cut, because cutting and waiting takes some time. If you have a lot of orders, that is gonna take some time. And y'all see the trick that we had to do for this here. So at first I thought I was just gonna print it and press it, just like a No Font Transfer Light. I thought that was what I was gonna do. So I went on Canva. I said, you know what, I don't need Cricut for this. I can use Canva to just print this out, which is what I did. I flipped this image using Canva, thinking that, you know, when I press it, it's going to just, you know, just be lay and press. But honey, it wasn't. And when I realized that, okay, I have to cut this design, I went on Cricut, I put it and I cut it. Y'all seen what happened? And I'm like, no. So this is my third try just to get this. So do I like this? No. if I have to cut a design, that is going to take too much of my time from the kind of orders that I have. If it's for personal, you know, for friends and family, just something fun, yes, I will, but not for my business, because if you have a lot of orders, that's going to take away from your production time. I ain't got that time. So I know in your mind, if you're thinking like, well, you can use a vinyl for this, so you don't have to use a transfer paper. Yes, I can use a vinyl, because of course that's what's gonna come to my mind. Use a vinyl, because that's, if I use a transfer paper, it's not gonna come out good. I'll just tell you that because I have experienced that. But my point is, I do not like to cut. If I can avoid that, I will. But if it's just one solid design that I can cut, just like this, I don't mind. But if I have to cut individual little piece, then look for ways to layer all of them and put them where they need to be. I ain't got time for that. So I like it, but is it something I would love to add to my business? No, I'm not gonna add this to my business, because I am not feeling the fact that I have to cut it or I have to look for a background behind. No, I'm not gonna do that. I rather use no font transfer paper for lights, because that way I just gonna mirror and flip it. It's gonna be like a sublimation, and it's gonna just, you know, I'm just gonna print and press everything in one sheet. I'm gonna just press everything at print everything without cutting it. So I love no font for that. I still love no font. If I really wanted to do a cut, I'm just gonna stick to no font transfers for dark, because I love the production for new font transfer for dark. Y'all can see here, this is no font transfers for dark. It is really popping, it's really good. So I still love no font transfer for dark. I love the production, the vibrancy is the bomb for new font transfer dark. But the lights, the only thing I don't like about the light is not stretchable. It's not something I want to add to my business anymore. So I'm in the market looking. So, but this here, do I like it? I like the colors. The colors are popping. But one thing, I have to cut. That's a big no-no for me. So this is crossed off out of my list, but I'm happy I tried it. I'm happy. Thank you so much for the subscriber that told me about this. It's a good thing I've experienced it, and I see, you know, the colors are beautiful. The only one thing that is not gonna work for me is the cutting part, because I do not like to cut nothing. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for hanging with me. You guys let me know what transfer papers y'all are using, or what kind of ways you guys use. What ways do you use to print on your shirt? Because there are a million ways. I take that back. There are different ways on how to press on your shirt, on how to print and press on your shirt, how to get a design on your shirt. There are so many ways to do that. Let me know in the comment section what ways you guys use to get a design on your shirt. I want to know, because your girl is tired. So, but anyways, guys, you guys let me know what you use. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for hanging with me. As always, stay positive. We're gonna be positive over here. Even without getting a solution yet, we will get a solution soon. Work hard and let's make it happen. Bye-bye.